Hey guys, Ningen here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so yesterday we talked about the Goku team build for the Otherworld Warriors or Super Saiyan 3, whether you did pull him or not. We went over the team, what it might look like, and some options you can use for leads if you don't pull the Goku, either because you don't get lucky or you just don't want to summon on the banner. So today we're going to do the same for the TEQ VEGETA. So the video isn't specifically about him, so I'm not going to go into full details. Obviously the info's up there on the screen, or you can check the wiki. We will do more in-detailed discussion about him once the unit is actually out. Hopefully I'll pull him, otherwise I will try and do some different videos using him as a friend, using the kind of builds that we're going to talk about in this video. So he is the Super Saiyan 2 and Resurrected Warriors leads. So Super Saiyan 2 obviously is his new category, Resurrected Warriors is the secondary leader skill. Same with the Goku, the new category has 170 across the board, which is really good. And then Resurrected Warriors has 150, which is still very strong, better than TEQ LR Broly. And then not as good attack wise as the Ink Golden Frieza, but 150 across the board instead of one being 130, so not bad at all. So if we look at the Super Saiyan 2 category, there's a reason why I think Vegeta has the better leader skill. I mean, we talked about Otherworld Warriors and how really the only decent units are like the LR Gogeta and then Gogeta, and then maybe you could mess around with like the Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku. But he's like super outdated. But we look at the Super Saiyan 2 category, and straight away we've got LR Gohan and LR Kale and Caulifla. Like two units that are easily still in the top 10, even on JP. LR Majin Vegeta, unfortunately, is a little bit outdated. I would definitely like to see him get one of those LR EZAs, but I feel like they're probably going to stick to free-to-play ones for now. But of course we will be getting the EZA for the STR one fairly soon, and he becomes really good, so he's a decent option. So Super Saiyan 2, just like Super Saiyan 3, it covers units that go like from Super Saiyan 1 to Super Saiyan 2 and even beyond, which is why Gohan is of course in here. Gohan being in Super Saiyans and Super Saiyan 2. And then of course that means we've got the AGL transforming Goku, and we've got the physical transforming Vegeta. So those are very important units that we will obviously talk about in a minute. And then Resurrected Warriors, I mean, look how stacked Resurrected Warriors is. It's been out for ages. Units like LR Broly, the LR Cell is in there. The new Bardock that recently came out is in there. Ton of good units, as well as one that you might not think of that I have actually highlighted that we're going to talk about, who I think would be interesting for your team build. So first of all, I want to look at this guy, right? So if you don't summon on the banner, or you do and you just get unlucky and you don't get Vegeta, this guy is the perfect unit to use as a leader. So he's been on a bunch of banners. Most importantly, he was on the Christmas banner. So on the Goku video, someone did say that they haven't been playing the game for very long, so there are some units that some people might take for granted that, you know, everyone has, and that maybe they don't. So this guy, if you were playing around Christmas and you went in for some summons for the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, it's very possible that you picked up a copy of this guy. He came out Saiyan Day last year, so he's been out for over a year. Hopefully, like, everyone will have at least one copy of him. And he is the perfect lead to use because he gives Pure Saiyans and Super Class units his leader skill. So Majin Vegeta is obviously, well, I say Majin Vegeta, the TEQ Vegeta is very interesting because other than Tapion, he's one of the only units in the game that changes types, but unlike Tapion, the change is permanent. So he goes from being Super TEQ to Extreme TEQ when he becomes Majin Vegeta. So the problem is, another unit that we have highlighted here is this Goku, who's been on 50 million banners. He is a super class leader. So if you don't have the transforming Vegeta, you could use this guy and bring a whole team of super class Super Saiyan 2 or Resurrected Warriors units. But the problem is, once Vegeta transforms into Majin Vegeta, he won't be getting a bonus from this Goku's leader skill, whereas this Vegeta is a Pure Saiyan's leader. So the TEQ Vegeta will always be getting this 150%, then his own 170% leader skill, the friend one. So that's still going to be really good. And then yeah, it means you can fill the team with super class allies. You could also bring Pure Saiyans who are not super class, like the TEQ LR Broly, who is on the Resurrected Warriors category, which the friend Vegeta will be the leader of. So if you have this guy, this is the perfect way to run. Like, if you really want to run the TEQ Vegeta's team, but you don't want to summon on the banners because you want to save for the 5-year, if you have this guy, you just don't need to. Just use this guy as a leader, and you can build a team around him. So I did show, like in yesterday's video, I do have a team build, and then as well I have like a just for fun one to show. But this guy, perfect leader. This guy, not as good just because of the Vegeta transformation, but he could still work pretty well. Does mean you can't use any extreme units, but that's not the worst thing in the world. So, just having a quick look, we've obviously got LR Gohan. We don't really need to say much about him. He's insanely good. Very difficult to get him to transform into Super Saiyan 2. But, funnily enough, this team is actually the first one that, I think since this unit came out, where you can actually run an Android 16 on the team without having to compromise, like, the leader skill. Like, when this guy first came out, people were running Kamehameha teams and just bringing Android 16 with no leader skill bonus just to get the transformation for Gohan. Because you only have to drop below 58% HP with him on the team and you can transform. So if that happens, say you go into Super Battle Road and you get hit with a super attack on turn 1 and then you have Gohan on turn 2, you can transform on turn 2. So obviously there's not a bunch of Super Battle Road stages where you can run them all together, but still. So where is he? I should have put him on the tab next. Oh, I did put him on the tab next to him. Big brain. So yeah, this guy is on Resurrected Warriors. So him and the Gohan fit under Vegeta's leader skill. Now, obviously he's not going to link at all with anyone else on the team, but you don't really need him to. You can just put him in the last slot. He's got decent attack and defense without having Android category allies, and he still has the high chance to guard, which is 50%. So as long as that goes off, he's not going to take tons of damage, but that's really going to maximize how good your LR Gohan is, and then we're actually going to get to see this guy. So that's really, really good. I'm really happy about that. So then, of course, we've got LR Kalen Caulifla, at one point the best unit in the game. Still arguably top 5, if not top 10, depending on how you want to rate everything. I know so many powerful LRs and stuff on JP. Very, very good. Obviously, their main sort of use is against Universe Survival Saga or Pure Saiyan's enemies, but they're so good you can fit them on the team quite easily. There's going to be a lot of Pure Saiyan allies on the team, so they'll get a lot of a bonus for their passive. The rest, not so much. So they're not going to be their most optimal on the team, but they are such a good unit that I guess it doesn't really matter too much. And then if you don't have them, it's easy enough to change them out for somebody else. But it's just yet another like powerful team that they fit on, so that's very good. And then of course we mentioned him already. We have the TEQ LR Broly, so he is on Resurrected Warriors. He has a Resurrected Warriors lead, but obviously the Vegeta does beat him out for that if you do pull him. So he's going to be very, very good. And like I said, he works perfectly if you're using physical transforming Vegeta because he's a Pure Saiyan. So he gets that Pure Saiyan's leader skill from your physical Vegeta and then the Resurrected Warriors leader skill from the friend Vegeta. So he's going to be very, very strong. This guy is a freaking monster. Like, I have him with no dupes. And running him on like a Pure Saiyan's team, like under double physical Vegetas, I've seen him get to like over 3 million attack stat, not using his active skill. Like, he's ridiculous. So if you have him, this is such a good team to run him on, because you can run a bunch of other Saiyan units to get his links. And yeah, he's just going to be very, very good for this team. Then, of course, like I said, we did just have this Bardock release. If you pull him, you can run him on the team. He's going to link very well with most of the team, especially after he transforms and becomes a Super Saiyan. He'll be very good for the team overall. I just really like this unit. I can't wait for him to come back so I can actually get dupes for him. But he'll be pretty good on the team. Obviously, not a Super Saiyan 2, but he's a Resurrected Warrior. So that's what I really like about this Vegeta compared to the Goku. Is there's actually a lot more options for mixing those two categories together. So then very briefly I wanted to bring up these guys. So there's 3 Super Saiyan 2 Gokus that are going to get easy A's from the Extreme Z area very soon, and they're basically all support units, right? So the TEQ one gives allies 3 ki, and then he gives himself a solid buff, especially if there's Super Saiyan 2 allies. The AGL one gives allies 3 ki and then 30% attack, and then he gives Super Saiyan 2 allies defense. So I think he's potentially the best one, because you normally just want attack unless you're doing something like Super Battle Road. because then the physical one gives 3 ki and defense, and then only gives Super Saiyan 2 allies attack. So if you are running some of these units, like we said, like the Bardock or the TEQ Broly, they won't be getting this secondary one. So that's why I feel like this guy's probably the best if you just want to go for all-out damage. We have done a lot of AGL units though, so maybe this guy for mixing up the typings a little bit, and then defense is always very useful in the harder events. So these 3 I would expect to see in the news. They'll probably get their Easy A's as part of this celebration, but we are also expecting the AGL Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku and the STR Margin Vegeta to get their Easy A's as well. So these guys might not actually get theirs during the time that these banners are up, but they will get them soon afterwards, so they'll be very good options. And then I wanted to chuck in another couple of support units. So we got this Gohan. He's been in the game for ages. He's not bad. He needs an Easy A, but all allies attack and defense 35% is really good, but he doesn't give himself any attack or defense. So whilst he is a really good support unit, he will definitely get hit very hard. And then we have this guy from the World Tournament. He still doesn't have a TUR. When he gets an awakening, he will be insane. But he is a super class allies support unit. So obviously once Vegeta transforms, and if you've brought like the TEQ Broly, then he won't be supporting them, but he will be supporting a large majority of the team depending on how you want to build it. So he will be very, very good as well. So this is the build that I sort of put in here. Now this is the physical Vegeta to the lead. We didn't actually talk about Bardock. I talked about Bardock in Goku's video yesterday. He's really good for both teams because he's in Resurrected Warriors, so he comes under the friend Vegeta leader skill. And the reason he's so good is because he has prepared for battle and over in a flash. So Vegeta is just like the Goku. He has prepared for battle, and then when he transforms, he gets over in a flash. So this guy's really good for bridging the gap. Obviously the 2 LRs, you might not have them, which is kind of fair enough that you wouldn't be able to bring them. They'll be insane on a rotation together. And then of course the STR Margin Vegeta, if he gets his Easy A, he's going to link insanely well with the friend. He'll have good links with the others as well. I shoved this guy in there, and then of course this guy, as you can see, look at all these ones. Like, he literally only has fierce battle with pretty much everyone. But one other thing that I failed to mention, which is actually really important for this Vegeta, if you get really lucky and you pull both, Goku's on the Super Saiyan 2 category. So you can run Goku on Vegeta's team, but you can't run Vegeta on Goku's team. So if you happen to pull both of them, like, that would be an insanely strong rotation. Like, you imagine if we go back to this one, let's put the URs, I don't know why that wasn't highlighted. So Goku, you could literally have Goku with Bardock, because they'll link well before he transforms and afterwards, and then you could have Margin Vegeta with like transforming Vegeta, maybe switch in Margin Vegeta once he transforms, and like, this team will be nuts. And if you do have these LRs, like, you can fit those in. Like, this build doesn't even have the TEQ LR Broly on it. Like, it'd be crazy. And then one other thing, which, like, a little bonus, I'm definitely going to do this as a video even if I don't pull him, but one of the things that you can do is, this is a full Resurrected Warriors team, but look, it's all Super Saiyans. It's all Saiyans. So if you pull Vegeta, you can use him as the leader. If you don't, but you have the Broly, you can use him as the leader because he has a Resurrected Warriors leader skill. All of these guys are Resurrected Warriors, but they're all like pure Saiyan, Super Saiyans. So I think this will be a really fun team. I'm definitely going to do a video on this against the Resurrected Warriors Super Battle Road. Hopefully I pull the Vegeta because that'll make it a little bit easier than using the Broly's leader skill. But I think that'll be a really fun team to run. Obviously this does have the Goku on it as well, but like Resurrected Warriors, as you can see here, it has like all the Bardocks, the old LR Broly, like physical Bardock's a good support unit, STR Bardock's decent support unit. There are a ton of pure Saiyans slash like Super Saiyans. So making a full Saiyan Resurrected Warriors team I think will be very, very fun. So there you go, that is the category, the team sort of build in general, a few different ideas. Hopefully you guys found it somewhat helpful. Like I said, if you have physical transforming Vegeta, you're laughing. You don't need to summon if you don't want to, and you'll be able to grab a friend and run a really fun Super Saiyan 2 slash Resurrected Warriors team using the physical transforming Vegeta as your leader. So let me know what you guys are planning down below. Are you going to summon on the banners? I do think, like I said in the previous videos, if they are doing discounted multis and like discounted multis, tickets and 3+1, if they do that, it means it's going to be 90 stones for 4 multis on both banners, like one time, and because it's 30 stone discount and then it goes up to 50. We have no confirmation that they are doing that, but if it is that, I feel like I would have to recommend that you do the first rotation on both banners. Maybe if you're like free to play and you currently have 0 stones, maybe don't. Well, I mean, obviously you literally couldn't, but if you're free to play and you only have 180 stones, let's put it that way, maybe not, because you kind of want them for the anniversary. But I really think these banners are going to be worth it. Like, I know it's bait before the anniversary, but I really want these units. I want the Vegeta more. But yeah, I really want these units, so I guess we'll have to see. But let me know what you guys think down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow me on Twitch or join my Discord. The link is in the description below. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.